Welcome back to my video. Day 11 out of 15 days of unscripted, unedited videos. All this time for me, so that I can train myself to channel information from the divine, from my higher self to you. I'm at a pet sick client's house. The video I did yesterday was out on the porch. And right now we're having a thunderstorm. So I had to come inside to do today's video. You know, I gotta tell you something. I'm so into self-talk. It's so fun to be doing this. And what I mean by that is I'm constantly talking to myself about different levels of awareness, different levels of consciousness, different spiritual principles that I am working with, that I'm working on. And I'm constantly talking to myself. And this is the most powerful way to rewire the brain. When you repeat certain phrases, affirmations, principles, and you incorporate them internally, your brain waves are being rewired automatically. So today I want to talk about the importance of trusting yourself in more ways than one. You don't need anyone to tell you what you already know is true. You don't need another coach. You don't need another motivational speech. You don't need another program, another mentor, although there's nothing wrong with any of these things. You don't need another book. Same thing, you don't need anything outside of yourself. You already have all the answers. But I'm a book lover, so I love to read books. And I love watching YouTube videos that have some very inspiring content. So I continue to benefit from those things. And today I want to put some emphasis on the concept that everything that happens is for your benefit. Everything. I cannot emphasize the importance of having that stream of consciousness. When you get addicted to thinking that everything is going in your favor, then it becomes very easy to take on the identity of everything always worked out for your benefit. Everything. Instead of saying things like, well, why is this happening to me? You start to say, well, what can I learn from this? What can I do with this experience that I'm having. You will, upon looking back, see how everything happened the way you were supposed to, even though at the time you may not have understood why. And I'm talking about bad things, good things, neutral things. Actually, everything is neutral. Everything. It's the meaning that you put behind it. Let's talk about one obvious example. I'm deaf. I've been deaf since birth. And I can't tell you how many times I have told people when I first meet them, I tell them I'm deaf. I read lips. And sometimes, once in a while, I get a response like, "Oh, I am so sorry. Let me speak a little more clearly for you." That used to bother me a lot. But now I laugh every time it happens because it's neutral. It only means something that you put on it. And I began to see those situations as humorous and just a temporary thing in passing, and that they don't know any better. They're like little children that don't know better. But having said that, get addicted to the concept that everything happens for your benefit, everything. And I guarantee you, once you start to adopt that attitude, adopt that philosophy, adopt that state of consciousness, nothing bothers you anymore. Nobody bothers you. Nothing that people do bother you anymore. The little inconveniences don't bother you anymore. Here's another example that I wanted to share with you. This happened to me the other day. I was driving up to the pool, and there was a massive traffic jam on the way up to the pool. What normally takes me 5 minutes, took me 25 minutes. So I have actually learned a trick that works 99% of the time. Every time I find myself in a traffic jam like this, and I start to get impatient or angry or whatever, I'll just pick up my phone and I'll start looking online. And I have to tell you, 9 times out of 10, every time I do that, the light turns green. Or the traffic starts moving. This happens 9 times out of 10, 99.9% of the time. So there are, I don't know if I want to say coping mechanisms, but there are ways to get through the most challenging of times that used to bother you but no longer do. All that is needed is a change of attitude, a change of perception, a change of consciousness. And nothing ever bothers you ever again. I'm not saying that nothing will ever bother you, but you go from having things bother you all the time to having almost nothing bothering you all the time. That is the secret to life, not one secret. I no longer attach a meaning to all those things that used to bother me. So tell me in the comments what things bother you now, and tell me what you have done so that it doesn't bother you anymore.